almost forgot. I need to go make that phone call I was telling you about. Of course, I said. Go on. I'll stay here and chat with O.T. Bronson. At that moment, Bronson had pushed me aside and took off. She ran down the corridor, through the outside door, and into the night, while we stood gaping after her. Go on, I said. I'll stay with her while you get help. So I had no one to blame but myself that I was sitting in the dark with a desperate, frantic woman I didn't even know. I started talking about harmless subjects. I asked her about her family. She talked about her brother. I asked her about her boyfriends, her favorite movies, anything to distract her attention from the despair inside her till she was someplace safe, till I was someplace safe. I didn't hear anything she said. My ears strained to catch the sound of a motor, maybe even a siren. We sat there for perhaps half an hour, or perhaps through an eternal night. We are, I'm convinced, still sitting there, somewhere in the space-time continuum. I felt a breeze ruffling my hair, cooling after the heat of the day. I couldn't enjoy it, not with my body so tight with tension, my mind on edge. I was outside, alone with a woman who could turn violent at any minute. Not to mention... Wait. Wind in my hair. Shit, no hat. I'm outside, and I'm not wearing a hat. Just 12 weeks ago, that would have meant nothing to me. But now, it felt like the worst part of the whole mess. I felt naked. No hat, no hat, no hat, pulsed in me like a heartbeat. Just days away from commissioning, and I'd committed one of the cardinal sins of officer training school. An ambulance slid into view. No flashing lights. No siren. It pulled up in front of the building, a car behind it. "We're over here," I yelled. Brenda started. I touched her arm, gently, but prepared to grab if she started to run. "It's okay. They're here to help you get out." A man in medical whites walked toward us, his voice reassuringly calm. "Hey, Brenda, I'm Lou. Let us help you, okay?" She was breathing heavily and seemed poised for flight. But he approached her with such quiet confidence, I could feel her body relax. Something inside her melted, and she started to cry. "You go ahead and cry all you want, honey." He took her arm and led her away. I felt dizzy and slumped back down on the wall, only to jump up when I realized a captain was standing in front of me. I saluted him and rushed to explain. "I'm sorry I'm not wearing a hat, sir. I had to run out." He cut me off with an impatient wave of his hand. "Doesn't matter. Go back in. You all did good work tonight. I'll let your commander know." "What will happen to O.T. Bronson?" "She'll go to the psych ward at Wilford Hall. Then we'll see." Later, I lay awake, listening to my roommates, one lightly snoring, the other muttering in her sleep, the creaking of iron bedsteads as their bodies shifted. My mind reeled with fragments from the night's events. Brenda's panic, the solitary dark, and the light breeze, the overwhelming sense of responsibility, the nakedness of my uncovered head. I had known the panic and suffocation Brenda felt, but I had experienced them in lonely nights of prayer and tears, kneeling on the floor of a silent apartment, smothering in the demanding confines of faith. So I understood what could make a person just cut and run. But what Brenda ran from, I ran to. The U.S. Air Force as refuge. A year earlier, I had been kneeling in the narrow alcove that served as my living room. "Help me, O Lord, for my eyes have grown sick of their weeping." I repeated it over and over, with the vague sense that I was quoting from a psalm. An ancient agony sounded in my plea. I was weary. My body longed for sleep, but my spirit starved for